Welcome to another recipe at the Ben Impact. I'm glad you could make it for lunch or dinner if that's the case. Today we're going to explore a recipe coming from the far south of Italy. I'm from the region Calabria in Italy, and they used to make this recipe with stuffing vegetables with meat. This particularly would be a recipe with meat, stuffed peppers with meat. In this case, I chose beef, ground beef, and then I chose turkey. The original recipe calls for more ingredients. However, I tried to tweak the recipe here and there to make a healthier version by using turkey instead of sausage that contains more fat. And also the recipe calls for more cheese, different kinds of cheese like Parmesan, like provolone, but I will just be using low moisture mozzarella because it contains a lower calorie amount. And we'll just be using another type of cheese that I'll say in the list of ingredients. Another thing that I've changed, I will not put any bread inside. There is this knowledge that using bread in meatballs or stuffed recipes will give softer consistency for the food and give a different taste. However, there's another reason why people used to put bread with meat, and it comes down to convenience and poverty at the same time. So I remember my dad used to tell me that in his family there were 11 children, so just imagine, bigger families, one person only working, mom stay home and kids stay home and everybody would take care of each other. And there was no meat. Meat was not something so common that you could eat every day. So people would just have meat for special occasions, maybe on Sunday for lunch or throughout celebrations or holidays. So it was really something rare. So in order to actually dilute or make more quantity of meatballs or any other stuffed recipes, they will use the bread to compensate for the amount of meat. So that was another reason. Another little curiosity that I wanted to share with you. So let's go down to the list of the ingredients. 4 large peppers. You could choose different colors, whatever you like. Just wash them and dry them. And we're gonna have 93% lean, 7% fat ground turkey, 93% lean, 7% beef, ground beef, pinch of salt, 2 eggs, 140 grams of low moisture mozzarella, some olive oil, and then I'm gonna use some spices here, a mix of garlic parmesan for flavor, and it has very low amount of calories, 0 calories. And then at the top, at the end, we're gonna use a few leaves of basil. And I found this cheese at Aldi. It's a Parmesan and cheddar cheese. We're just gonna grate this at the end for the top for the final steps for the recipe. Without further ado, let's get going. We're going to cut the peppers here to cut out all the inside because we need just the hollow part of the peppers, and to take out all the seeds and everything that is inside. We're not going to throw this away. We're gonna need it. They're gonna fall inside the mixture of the meat. So we set this aside, and we're gonna do the same step for all the peppers. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to use the tops because I'm going to chop them finely and put them inside our mixture with the meat. So I'll just cut these around. All right, we are back after chopping our tops of from the peppers. I'm just gonna put them back here in a large container. You have no idea the amount of stuff that I have to wash later, but this is part of the recipe. From here, we're gonna just add our meats. Just put gloves on so I don't have everything sticking on me. And we're gonna throw the cheese, mozzarella, and we're gonna break the eggs. 1 egg, 2 egg, 2nd egg right here, and we're gonna add our spices. It doesn't look great here at this stage, but it's gonna taste delicious, believe me. And we throw a little of olive oil for taste. And now we put our hands in and we mix everything. Mix, mix, mix. We just make sure that all the ingredients are incorporated. It smells really good. Wow. This is my first time making these. I've seen my mom making them when I was little sometimes, but I never could imagine that it would smell this good. Mix, mix, mix. Everything has to be incorporated. All right, so we have our container here. We have our peppers. We're going to take a lovely spoon and feed. Hey, just tell me another instance when the vegetables become carnivore. This is it. This is it. I made vegetables carnivores. There you go. See? That's an oxymoron. So we just put half of it, as much as we can, stuffing, everything. I want to make sure that I have enough for everybody. And let's go with the rest of them. That also depends on the how large your peppers are. You know, if they take more or less meat, that will be up to you. You can just regulate yourself toward the end to see how much you need to put in each. We're gonna place our peppers inside. If you have a smaller container, I don't have it, you go ahead, or just use whatever you have. You just place them here in the middle, and we're going to place them in the oven at 365 for 40 minutes. Then we'll come back later to do the last, the final steps, because we're gonna do a broil part for the final steps. We just put them here in the oven for 40 minutes at 365. So it's gonna take a while. Okay, so we just took it off the oven, and we're gonna grate a little bit of Parmesan cheddar mixture of cheese, and we're gonna put it back in for about 3-4 minutes on broil. And also I'm gonna put some basil leaves as well. They look good already. Fresh basil from the garden. Just gonna put it here on the top. And back in the oven for another 3 to 4 minutes. So we pulled these babies out of the oven and look at this. They just came pretty good, I think. So what we're gonna do, I'm just gonna cut one, still hot. Cut one in half and see how they just came out inside. Let's just make sure you have a sharp knife. And there. So this is our result so far. I also noticed that they might need a little bit longer to cook in the oven. So I would aim for about, if it was 40 minutes at 365, I will push for 50 minutes or 55 minutes, it depends. And then for the final broil part, it could just be 2 minutes, 2.5, until the cheese gets melted on the top and everything gets crusty and great. So I'm really satisfied with this recipe. It's a little bit complicated at the beginning, but if you are willing to explore and try different things, this can be your one meal. For our macros, we will have 40 grams of protein, we will have 13 grams of carbs, and we will have 20 grams of fat, for a total of 392 calories. Not really that much, and there's a great amount of protein and it's perfectly balanced. I think this is a really delicious meal. This marks the end of our video. Don't forget to subscribe, share and comment, and I will see you next time.